Welcome to the Empower Ed Project.
4 things I want to talk to you about today. And these 4 things line up with what Dr. Benini and with what John spoke today. It's amazing how these all line up. They're falling in line with one another on today. 4 things I want to discuss, and I want you to look at those because I have a question for you in just a few minutes here. We're going to talk about going from regrets to resets with 2 stops in between, such as the known as reflections and refocus. Now, as you look at these, I want you to just go ahead and look at it real quick. Tell me, what do these words all have in common? They all start with what? Somebody said re, and what else? The end and a what? S. There you go. And it's also a puzzle where they all going to come together, and it's going to show, and it's going to fit together, and it's going to be real beautiful, and you're going to have a crystal clear picture of what it looks like, of how it's important not to skip these steps in order to get to what's known as reset. So many times at the end of the school year, we look at trying to get through just to get to the reset. And we fail to look at these 3 elements to keep us from reaching a full reset. So if you take a moment and get those and look at those, write them down. But we're going to be looking at the first one and what it means as a regret. Now, when I looked at regrets, I looked at it from the verb tense. For all you ELA teachers out there, it's a verb, and it simply means to be repentant or disappointed about a missed opportunity. To be repentant or disappointed about a missed opportunity. Okay, let's just think about that for a few minutes. We know what repentant means. Repentant means to turn away, not do again. And then, but disappointed means that it's a feeling that I have that I did not do something that I should have done. And I feel like I dropped the ball somewhere along the way. Now, if you look at this guy that's got his hand on his head over the rail looking over, that's one of the pictures I looked at. No, it's not me. He's much smaller than what I am, as you can see. But he says that he's having a regret. And he's really running through his mind, if I just may digress on this a little bit, he's running through his mind about an opportunity that he missed. Something he did not do that he felt like that he should have done or he could have done better. Every one of us in our educational career, not even just educational career, but on any job, whether it's a business deal or what have you, we have all hit a point of regret somewhere along the way. And that regret is, what could I have done different that I did not do with this kid? Let me share. As a teacher in the behavior field, this was actually inspired by co-workers on the job, that at the end of the day, I was beginning to get conversations from them about things, about how to correct certain things within their classroom with behavior students. And one of the teachers began to talk about how they felt that they had let a kid down, or how they could have done something different. And I began to deal with that word as a regret. And when I thought about regret, I was like, okay, regret. That simply means that I know I did not do all that I could have done at the end of the day after I processed that. So if I could just get into your thinking for a moment, as an educator or in what you do professionally, what can you say that you have a regret that you did not do fully, or that you left a job halfway completed? Think about that. I regret. Maybe I did not spend enough time on this math problem to get this kid this high score on this assessment. Maybe I was not able I didn't listen at this kid when this kid was trying to explain themselves to me. I'm just going to be honest, being in the special education field and a behavior teacher, it takes a lot of patience, and you really have to know that you got to listen and to give everything you got to get them to get the best for them. As Dr. Benini talked about inclusion is something that I fight for those kids, because those kids need to be included in everything that goes on campus. They should be included in assemblies. They should be included in pep rallies. They should be included in the cafeteria with their class. They should be included. They should be in the same LRE, the least restricted environment, that their peers are in as well. So, the regret. I don't need you to raise your hand or anything to write it down and stand up, start dancing. But just run that back. Run that back into your mind. It was something just that one regret that you could have done differently, that would have better serviced that student. One speech you gave that you can say, you know what, I regret I didn't say this to help this school district. Or one thing that I did not say in the wellness to help this person to get better. One thing. Got something to write with? Just write that one thing down, because you're going to take this with you when you leave. Put it in your high-dollar phone, however you want to do it. We all got them out there. Put it in there and say, you know what? It's just one regret that Trey talked about today. He brought to my attention. And I never knew it was a regret until he opened my eyes today with the word that it was a missed opportunity. That regret. Let's just replay some regrets. Maybe you can regret that lesson plan. I didn't give 110% in preparing that lesson plan because I did it on Sunday night and had to be in on Monday morning. Maybe my classroom management was not where it should have been. Maybe I didn't present that lesson well enough because I didn't feel well this morning. Or my kid or my spouse was on my nerve, and I let it bother me as I came into the classroom. Just maybe. The presentation, it's a regret. How about the last one? Do you regret not building the relationships that would have made a difference in that kid's life? How about a relationship with a coworker? Building a relationship. Now, I gave you those four. I kind of like got the wheel turning. Now you think about it. Out of those four, can you just add one to it to say, you know what? I missed that. Some may be texting now, like, you know what? I missed this. Let me go ahead and make it right now. Hey, girl, you know what? I missed that opportunity, and I just want to, make it up. Let me do what I can do to get this right. Missed opportunities. So we know that a regret is a missed opportunity. And we know we're trying to get to where? Reset. Because reset is where we get to go on vacation to Belize. We get to go to Hawaii, Greece. We get to go to all these places. We get to put on the grass skirts in Hawaii, get to go to Cancun, and do the things that we do to, and just enjoy the water. But before we get there, we got to make a couple of stops. First, I want to clarify the differences of regret and regretfulness. Remember, I told you that regret is a feeling, wishing you had done something differently. But regretfulness describes that feeling. It's describing that feeling of being sorry for something that you have or may have not done, or for a situation that has just happened. Have you ever been regretful now? Regretful. Regretful describes the regret. So, what do you wish? One thing, I asked that question again. That one thing, what do you wish you had done differently? One of the things that I've learned in my studies is that we fail to really do an honest assessment of ourselves. And because assessments tell the truth about who we are and what we really stand for. But if we took time to assess ourselves, we could really find out the one thing that we wish we had done differently. we can